All right, so for today's lesson learned, I remember one of the times I had to deal with anger, and I see this a lot from my younger golfers. So we're going to talk about anger for a little bit. As a junior golfer, I was at a tournament in Toledo. It was a national tournament, invite only. And after the first day, I was in the tournament. I think I was in third or fourth place. But as a young golfer, I always had this thing about perfection. Like if I hit one shot that felt a little funny, it was like, what was that? And now I'm in my head about trying to play perfect golf. Whenever I would get in those modes, I would always play the worst. Why? Because I'm thinking the most. I'm thinking too much about every little thing. I'm not letting it go. When you hear athletes in their best moments, when they're playing their best, they're not thinking, they're letting instinct take over, and all the practice and preparation, it does its part, right? So when you start overthinking, bad things happen. I started overthinking a little bit the next day of that second round. I believe I shot maybe a 40 on the front nine. Not out of the tournament completely, and, still feeling like I'm playing halfway decent. Hole number 10, made a par. Hole number 11 was a par 3. Couldn't have been longer than 128, 129. And I remember stepping up to the tee. I hit a wedge right over the pin. I'm staring it down, like Tiger. I'm holding it, and I just know this thing is going to be perfect. But it flew the green, probably landed about 15 feet past the pin, kicked, and ended up on the back fringe. Not a horrible place to be, but I was so upset that I flew the green. So upset. So while the other two playing partners are coming up and hitting their shots into the green, I'm in the back of the green reading my putt with my putter in my hand. I'm on the fringe, but I'm going to putt it. There's not a lot to the putt. I don't know why I remember that, but there wasn't a lot to the putt. Maybe a little break off to the right, pretty level. In the midst of that shot, reading, looking at these guys coming up to the green, I'm getting angry about my front nine. So what do? I'm hunched over, reading my putt. I start jamming my putter in the ground. The third, it snapped and it broke. Now remember, I was angry. As soon as that putter head broke, I wasn't angry anymore because I thought my dad was going to kill me. I looked at him. He looked at me. I looked at him, and he said words to me that he wasn't saying with his lips, but with his eyes and his demeanor. And I was thankful I had another 7 holes to play before this man could kill me. But like I said, anger went out the window. Now it's, what am I going to do? It's panic mode now.